who's going to be healthy. So what I'm about ready to list is something I want to make clear. I don't know how AJ is going to line up. I don't know who's going to turn out or pan out in all these different aspects. I just don't know. However, there are also going to be breakouts. Who knows what's going to happen? So I made my roster here. I'm going to tell you guys of who I think as of this point could possibly be our 2028 roster. And just to throw in there, I'm not going to add Cooper Flag yet. The reasoning for that is I'm a guy that likes facts. He hasn't played a game in college yet. Given the lock that he's going to be one of the 12 best players from America at that point in time, that's kind of a far-fetched statement, so I'm not going to put him there yet. Do I think he has a very good chance of being there? Sure, absolutely. I'm just saying I'm not going to put him on this roster at this point in time. That being said, also Kevin Durant could be back at other guys. But here's my roster I got for you guys for 2028 that I think could be the case. I think your guards could look something like Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, John Morant, Tyrese Haliburton. And I'm going to go with Tyrese Maxey there. There's a lot of guys we could put here on that 11-12 roster spot was tough to make, but I'm going to put Tyrese Maxey as one of those spots there. At forward, I like Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, Paulo, and then Cade Cunningham. And at center, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Chet Holmgren. I want to also put a keynote here. Evan Mobley would be on this roster. I know there seems to be a little bit of debate on where he's going to play at. Bahamas was where he's going to go with, but remember, they didn't make it, so he officially is not having to be bound to play with the Bahamas team. So, that's going to be something we see and monitor for the next 4 years. Where does he end up playing with? If he wants to play, he'll certainly, I think, be on this team. But if not, then obviously that would open up what that's going to look like, because he certainly belongs on this roster. So that's the guy to monitor why I didn't put him on the list. So that's the roster that we could look for 2028, but that's 4 years away. So I'm not going to get too focused in on that. Who knows who's going to commit and everything along those lines. Also, coaching will change. Steve Kerr said he's going to step down most likely, and therefore we have a spot. I think it comes down to two names and two names only. I don't think they need to overthink this. I'm assuming Grant Hill already has a plan. If I had to guess, it'd be Eric Spoelstra. That's one of my two guys I like. I think two guys fit this bill perfectly. You go with Coach Spo. I think he's the best coach in the world. He would be a perfect coach to lead this team going forward. Second option is Dan Hurley. I think you could get him into a Coach K role where he takes over this program for, 2, 3, 4 Olympics potentially. So I think those are the two guys we have to look for to be the next head coach. And I think both of them are incredible. I think both those guys I would be all for it and very excited to see who Grant Hill chooses to become the next coach of the USA basketball team.